Hey, hi, hello. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to this stream that we have. Well, we sort of named it. I called it Witch, but make it festive. How's everybody doing? Let me just get into the...
I punched the table. Oh, sorry, lads. I'm just adjusting.
Hey, everybody. How's it all? How y'all doing? Okay, cool. This did literally just start, so welcome to the party. It's me, I'm Jenny, hello, and I am joined by the person who will be doing the drawing. That is
Hello.
Amy. We hope you're having a very good Friday, and a good Yuletide, Festag, Crimbus, Hanukkah.
Just a quick question. Do we sound okay? Does everything...
Oh yeah, please feedback on how we sound at any time during the stream and the scream. So the screaming.
Yeah.
Stream.
Last stream was a little bit bad. My audio wasn't great, so I apologise for that now.
Yeah. So
hopefully it's okay.
Let us know because we can't hear ourselves, so we'll have no idea how we sound unless you tell us. It's a little quiet, says Ethan. Can you turn us up? Can you is the question, not will you.
I've purposely turned the music down so it's not super loud because I know it can be quite distracting in the background. Obviously some songs in this playlist are a little bit louder than others, but so I'm going to keep the music low. But
can you turn us up, or is it?
You're on full, so you can't go any higher.
Okay.
I can go up a little bit. I don't want to do it too loud because this mic's quite sensitive.
Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, we would like to thank you very much for 26,000 subscribers on this very YouTube channel. It has been quite the year. Thank you very much for being here to experience it with us. The next thing is that super chats are on. So if you would like to, you can purchase...
Oh, sorry lads, just moving my mic.
A super chat, which will definitely get our attention 100%. But also it is a very good way to support this channel and the stuff that we do, the stuff that we make. Things we're going to be talking about today includes what you would like to see us do in 2021 and stuff that's going to be coming up this month as we glide into the end of the year. If you would like to, you can send us stuff and I'll make a video, I guess. Send us a letter, send us some fan art, send us some weird shit from wherever you're from.
As long as it's not perishable.
As long as it's not perishable and it is legal to do so, you may send us stuff to our P.O. Box, the Shrieking Wizard Co. at P.O. Box 5196 Worthing, BN11 9BJ, United Kingdom. You can find this information in the description to the stream and to the description of any of our videos and other places as well. Shout out to RS Frey, who's also trying to write an essay at the same time as listening to this stream.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. The adult in me would say, honey, just close the stream. Just concentrate on your essay, but I am very glad you're here.
Did you use any particular methods when you were writing your dissertation, Jenny?
Any particular methods?
Yeah, to help you concentrate while you were writing it?
Well, I knew how long we had to do the thing, and I worked out, like, if I knew I was capable of writing 500 words a day at a minimum.
Sorry, I'm just turning the fan on my laptop up, so you might hear that in the background.
So I basically worked out how long I had to fuck around before I had to start writing 500 words a day. And also, like, obviously writing essays is kind of hard because, 500 words is point, evidence, explain, right? It's 500 words that includes prior reading and research, but it's actually not that many words. So I blasted through it sort of half-assedly in about 2 weeks, I think, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, we were quite lucky with our dissertations because we didn't have to write. Ours weren't massive.
No, ours 5,000 words.
Ours were really small in comparison.
They are really small
in comparison to a lot of places.
Because we did. Well, I don't know about you, because you were on a different course to us, but in the prop making, well, it wasn't prop making. My BA is theatre arts. My speciality is prop making. In theatre, the majority of the grade was through a collaborative project that you took up like the most of the year.
Oh yeah,
that seemed to go for
1,000 years.
My entire life, yeah. But you know, we did that with my friends, so that wasn't too bad.
I remember the one, I think it was the one where you guys were in charge. So instead of you being run by the second years, you were the second years running the first years.
The fish one.
Yeah, I remember that one being particularly good. That was quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, it had its ups and downs, but the
It's a lot of work.
period in the middle where we just got to paint like an absolute shit ton of fish was pretty fucking good. Yeah. It wasn't too bad. I don't really remember what everybody else did. Because me and Katie had so many fish to paint. Fish. Anyway, everybody, happy holidays. Even if you are procrastinating an essay, you are not that far away from the end of term or semester or whatever the fuck you call it. And you know, you'll be able to chill out and have a good time soon, in whatever way that looks like. For us, that is me, Amy and Ollie, who live in this house. We're gonna have chicken katsu curry for Christmas dinner.
So excited.
I'm going to watch Wonder Woman, the new one, because that comes out, well...
It's already out.
It's already out. Well, we're going to watch it on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we're saving it.
Yeah. Liam and Jazz did Carrie. That was right.
Did.
The weird play with the lots of blood in it. The worst musical of all time or something.
I for some reason watched Northbrook's version of Carrie. I think I watched it like 3 different times. Not because I particularly enjoyed it. I think it was just something to do. Because for us it was free.
Like I said, I didn't even watch it once.
Oh, did you not?
No, I mean, every now and again somebody come in and be like, hey, Carrie's on in the theatre in 10 minutes, do you want to come in and fill the seats? And I was like, no.
I
do not.
Like, you know, some of the, well, obviously, the musical theatre lot were great. They did a really good job.
Here's the thing. I don't know about if this is true for everybody, but there is nothing more awkward for me than my peers doing things.
Really?
Yeah.
But you play D&D.
Yeah, but that's not quite the same, right? Because you're my friends and we hang out all the time anyway.
Right.
I mean, like, people... So, like, the musos, right?
Yeah.
Who I talked to when it was required, but otherwise we don't have anything in common. You know, going to see them on the Ollie Moore says there's no music on the stream.
It is. It's just very low.
It's just very quiet.
I've turned it down so it's not distracting.
Yes, the musos. I just don't really know what to talk to them about, and that's kind of compacted when you know you've watched them throw blood at each other for 2 hours or something. I don't really know what happened in Carrie.
Other than
I just do know it was a mess.
Yeah, other than Phil and Aaron, we didn't really have much in common with the others, did we?
No. Bless them. How's everybody doing? Have I asked that already? I think I have. Shall we talk a little bit about what's coming up this month on our YouTube channel? So let's see, it's the 18th of December today, 2020.
Didn't even realise it was Christmas next week. I haven't brought presents for anyone.
Amy's not really in this universe's time stream.
No, I'm not.
if you're a patron today, Jazz posted a pattern for the D4 that she made in the craft club last Saturday, so you can go to our Patreon and grab that. And then you two, well, maybe, I mean, you can probably do it from her instructions, so we're very clear, but you know, then you got this visual aid to help you. I'll be honest, don't really know. I don't crochet, so I don't know how crochet patterns work, but it is there should you require it.
I remember my mum always telling me that crocheting was easier than knitting.
Sure. I've not done either.
My mum attempted to teach me how to do knitting once, and then obviously me being me, I was like, nah, it's too hard. I didn't get it straight away, so I stopped.
I see.
I'm one of those people.
My mum is a fairly accomplished crocheter, right? But she didn't start crocheting until I was maybe 16 because I wanted to try it out. And we had this little book of different amigurumi crochets that you can do. And she started with the elephant one. And essentially what she made, you had to start at the trunk and then you sort of spiral outwards to its head, and you make its body in the same way.
Right.
But so she started the trunk and she spiraled out to its head and she finished it. But because it was like the first thing that she had ever crocheted, what my mother had effectively made was a penis sock. Tomorrow on our YouTube channel, we're posting the next episode of Among Us.
Yep, that's all finished. I'm ready to go.
Cool. That left my hand so long ago now, I don't even remember what was in it. Is this the episode where Olimore was like complaining about the GUI?
Yes.
Okay, cool. This is a good episode. Next week we've got another episode of Kadar FM for you, and then we're going to take a week off.
Yeah, because it's Christmas.
We're good Christian women.
We're not. We're just taking any excuse to take a few days where we can eat an absolute butt ton of food and not do anything.
Yeah, so we're going to attempt the Christmas coma that is traditional this time of year.
Oh man, the Christmas coma was so bad last year.
Oh man.
We were so hungry. We ate everything way too fast, and then I remember you like leaving the living room for like 10 minutes, and then you came back in and we were all on the floor dead.
Yes. Kadar FM 13, which comes out next week, is going to be nice and Christmassy as well. We talked to Jazz about all of her favourite Christmas stuff. You know, we didn't get. We did our final food shop before Christmas today, this morning. We didn't get any boisson, and we did not get any other cheese, and we didn't get any crackers. I think I'm the only person who wants those things. But I think boisson would be disappointed in me because the number of adverts I have had for that cheese.
I literally, like, this, obviously this year is nice. Just weird. It's not been a great year for anyone, and it just doesn't feel like Christmas for me this year, I don't think. I've never really felt very Christmassy in my life, so there's like a couple of things I forgot to get today when we went shopping. I just knew that I had to buy a lot of things.
Next Friday on is Christmas. It's the old Crimbus. So if I have written it, hopefully the final part of Street Numbers will go up onto Patreon. Street Numbers, for those of you who haven't read, the first two parts is it's actually called House Numbers. Oh, Shiza. The thing scrolled down whilst I was looking at it. That's not good. House Numbers from the Kadar Through the History of Small Details collection by Emily Oatby, which is an essay which contextualizes. It gives you some information on Kadar, which is High Hopes' hometown.
It's like the main city.
Yeah, none of you are from there, but it's like your adopted home, right?
It's my favourite place.
It gives you some history about Kadar and about the wider world. Through the small details of how they got their street address system, because much like our world, there was a time where nobody had an address. And then at the just to round us off at the end of the year, on the 29th, Jazz is going to play some Sims. Some High Hopes Are Rolls Sims.
I'm excited for
which
that.
I'm super excited for.
I can't wait.
Because Jazz's Sims always seems so wild anyway. Looking forward to that.
My favourite Jazz Sim scenario is when she would play Sims and Animal Crossing at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know how she did that. Oh, Boo, you're snoring.
Boo is snoring in the background.
She's dooting real loud. Doot 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 doot.
Let's have a look. Poppy says, crochet is really fun when you get into it. It can be a little repetitive and boring if you're working on something big, though. It's definitely one of those things where it's like something you do in front of the TV, right? I feel like everybody's mum does something like that.
Yeah, that's what my mum would do.
It's like a heritage craft to me, which is not quite the case because, like, you know, crewel work is a heritage craft, but it has this sort of knitting, you know, embroidery, like all of these like fiber crafts. They have this sort of like historical pull to me that I find sort of very enticing, where it's like that I'm sitting in the seat of my ancestors to do the same things that they did with their hands, which is a little bit wanky, but you know.
No.
Kiah says, has any of you ever tried to play D&D drunk?
Yes, I have played D&D drunk, and I ate a lot of bagels.
When was that?
That was when Liam was DMing, and I was a barbarian halfling, and you were you were a drow.
Oh, at your house.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were a drow paladin of
I thought
Lolth.
you were talking about when Liam was DMing in the main campaign.
No.
We did all of that in the library. So you're telling me you were drunk in the library?
No, when we were at ours, and I can't remember why we did.
It was Halloween.
It was Halloween.
We did a
that was
Halloween
it.
one shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a lawful evil paladin of Lolth, Tele Arania.
Really cool.
At
really
the
cool
time,
character.
we were like, wow, these characters are so high powered. They were level 8. We were like, we're never going to get here.
I was like, I have 91 hit points. I'm invincible.
We don't play the main campaign with alcohol, though, because it's already an emotional mess.
Yeah, I don't think...
And requires a level of concentration that
God.
alcohol does not provide.
Me playing our main campaign drunk would just be a disaster. There'd be a lot of crying.
Could somebody in the chat repeat what Jenny said? Por favor, my Wi-Fi went out after she said the history of Godard. It's a thing that I'm writing on Patreon, for Patreon, which will eventually, at some point, get on to other places. It will be published publicly at some point, which is a essay about the history of Godard through small details. So in this instance, it's looking at how Godard got its street address system and how that influenced the rest of the world. Hello everybody. Lots of people joining us. I don't know how many. I can see the chat. The chat's working fine, but all of the stream statistics is just gone.
We've got 74 people watching at the moment.
Oh, hello everybody. What's up, my dudes? Oh. No, they're not back. Never mind. There was just like a spike in the graph, and I was like, oh, it's working again. No. Oh, hey Ignis, with your 200 knockbucks.
Ooh.
Your crazy Norwegian K money, krona. Backtracking a bit, for no reason in particular at all, what kinds of non-perishable candies and snacks do you guys like? I cannot figure out how to change my currency on here, so you'll have to live with the knockbucks. That's very kind of you, Ignis. I don't know what the 200 means in pounds or euros or dollars, which is kind of like, you know, the currencies that we all sort of translate to here. But I don't think you have to. Google does the when Google pays out for us, they give it to us in the currency that we have. They don't give us 200 knockbucks. Thank you though, very kind of you. What perishable candies and snacks do you like? Non-perishable candies and snacks do you like?
I don't know what counts as non-perishable.
Anything that's in a sealed packet, basically. Like perishable is like, don't bake a cake and then post it to us, right?
I like jelly sweets.
Like Haribo.
Yeah, but
Haribo.
I like.
They do a really good Haribo in Europe.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of stuff that we don't get here, like the peach ones.
I like Gusher candy, so like it's like jelly, but it's got like liquid inside it.
Gross.
It's really good.
That's disgusting.
Why is it disgusting?
the just like the image with the implied that like you're like cutting them open and licking all the juice out. Gross. Snacks. Okay, is it easy for me to just tell you that I don't like aniseed or licorice? So
what's aniseed?
Licorice. Basically.
You should have just said licorice.
Well, they're two separate things. Like licorice comes from aniseed, but you can get aniseed flavoured things.
Right. Oh, Bassett's licorice.
Disgusting.
But my dad used to love those.
Yeah, my grandfather loved them too.
Disgusting.
There's so many better things.
I used to just look at him and shake my head.
Thank you to those of you who are shouting out the conversion for me. Very kind. It's about £17. That's very generous of you, Ignis.
Thank you, Ignis. Ignis, I saw your fan art on the...
Oh, man. If you're not on our Discord server, even if you are, you need to get onto there and go into the Fanworks and look at... Ignis has been doing High Hopes as gods in the Hades, the game style. So cool. It's so good. It's like Ignis is in my brain and he's like, oh yeah, Jenny would like this. It's like my secret desires. I love it. Matt's granddad hoarded butterscotch candies.
I mean, butterscotch is pretty banging, I'm not gonna lie.
That's like Werther's Originals, right?
Oh, I love Werther's. Give me a Werther any day. Sounds like a... Yeah.
Do you have like any favourite snacks? To be honest, if you're thinking about sending us non-perishable food products, I kind of want to just see what you've got that's unique to you. Right, because if I don't like it, then I'll just send it to Katie on the Isle of Wight. That's where all the rubbish goes.
If it's a granddad candy, we'll give it to Katie.
Yeah.
Katie's our granddad. Love you, Katie.
Well, there's a... Yeah, that is... Yeah.
I think my favourite... like... I've gotten to a point now where like I don't really care about food anymore. So I don't really have like favourite foods. I just make what's the easiest. So like I've been living off toast at the moment and I've been feeling the non-benefits of that. But like I'd say
Amy, carbohydrate queen.
All hail, first of her name. I'd say my favourite go-to candy is chocolate. It's always chocolate. I like chocolate.
Yes. We just had dinner, so I'm quite full. So the thinking about the things that I really want to eat is not currently.
Earlier, when you were like, "Can we have ice cream?" I like almost died. I was like, "No."
I really like foamy bananas.
Oh yeah,
and like shrimps and bananas is really good. Not
literal shrimps and bananas.
The sweets. That are like they're like raspberry flavoured, but they're shaped like shrimps for some reason.
Sorry guys, I got hiccups.
I don't know. I want to know what weird... I say weird. It's just weird because we don't have it here, but I want to see what's popular in Norge, in the Norways.
The Norways.
Seriously though, if I had my own boat, I would be at this moment just like sailing up a fjord with a sound system on over my head, like Ignis. and I know I know that Ignis lives on a fjord, so I'm not just like being stereotypical here. Okay. Somebody's asking Tim. Hello, Tim. I'm trying to run a campaign for my friends with no sun but brighter stars instead. How do I introduce the weird time system? That's very interesting, Tim. I would do what every video game ever does when they're like, here's this mechanic. To make sure you understand, here's a very easy quest based around this mechanic. Like, you know, you have a bow in the video game, so some small child's like, Eivor, I need you to shoot this target for me for some reason, and then you do that, and it's like, congratulations, you learn how to use the bow. I don't really know what side quest you would do to introduce a new system of time. A heist, maybe? That seems very complicated for this scenario.
I love doing heists.
Heists is so much fun. I really love a good heist show or movie. I also really love Great Pretender, Con Men, you know, that kind of thing. It's just a good time. A heist at a sundial shop. Thank you, Alex.
I just remembered that time where me and Liam were questioning a kobold, and we screamed, "Tell us what you know," and you asked Liam to make a strength check on how hard he was squeezing the kobold, and he rolled a nat 20
and he squished it to death. Yes,
kind of killed it.
Yes,
poor thing.
That was like maybe the fourth session we'd ever played.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
None of us really knew what we were doing.
It was when
I remember there being like a pool in that cave.
Yeah.
And it had the fish people in it. I can't remember the name of.
Nagar fell in. Nagar fell in. And like kept sinking, and then Rook fell in. But then Nagar decided to use his breath weapon to then make
an ice sheet.
Like an ice sheet, and then he came flying up this like pool and brought everyone back up with him. God, that was so long ago.
That was so long ago. My memory of that is as dark as the cave is. How do I feel about the Great Pretender finale, says Chaos. I very enjoyed it. I did begin to feel for Edamame at the end, because, I mean, essentially he has been manipulated the entire time, throughout both seasons. But it's a good show. I can't. It's a good time. I like it very much. How do you remember these things? That was so many years ago. I remember them in place of important things, like, you know.
I remember a lot of the campaign quite vividly, and then there's like this period where I started to forget. But luckily we've got 3 very good note takers in our
Phil,
game.
Alex,
and Jazz. Praise be.
Thank you once again to Ignis for the 200 knockbucks. Very kind of you. So everybody, what kind of stuff do you want us to make in 2021? We've got some big plans coming up this year.
Oh, I'm excited.
To get more high hopes to you.
I'm excited.
But, you know, there's a lot of work to do in between then and now, and we're not really sure what shape that's going to take, but we hope that you will like it. If you have any suggestions about stuff you want to see on our YouTube channel, stuff you'd like to see us stream, then let us know.
One thing I really want to do is what you said yesterday when we were in our meeting. It was Jazz reads out all the quotes that she's taken note of from all of us over the years, and we have to guess who said it. Oh, I want to do that.
Oliver, if you're listening to the stream, can you please get me a Coke? Thank you. Or like a glass of water.
A beverage.
Hello. Thank you.
Boo, do your job. Go get us a drink.
Madam, earn your keep.
She's like donutted on her bed right now, and she's like doing that thing where her head's upside down.
She's so sweet.
And I'm going to disturb her. Because I love her.
Ooh.
Poke at the baby.
Lucky Pure Propaganda says, have y'all thought of cosplaying / LARPing the characters? Yes.
We actually did a... for my birthday one year, we all dressed up as our characters. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And
That was a good time.
Painted one of your characters' tattoos all up your arm.
Yeah. And Matt and Jazz disappeared into their harem pants. And we still don't know where they are.
Jazz painted herself blue because she was Mina.
Yeah.
And then went to Tesco. And someone was like, oh my god, it's a Smurf. We were like, no.
No. Man. We would really like to do, one day, when we got our own studio, we would really like to do a show where we show you how we break down a character costume and then we show you how to make the stuff for cosplay for that. But we are a little way away from that.
Yes. One day.
One day. Morkadar FM, people say, which is great. We would...
Hello.
Oliver,
Yeah.
did you hear my request?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Please, may I have a liquid? Your hair looks really good. I really like it.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Would you like to say something to the people?
Am I allowed to reveal something?
Wait, depends what it is.
Well, if I say it, I can't take it back.
Well, you could tell me.
Whisper it into Jenny's ear.
You could text me the thing. Oh, yeah, no, you can say that.
Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone. I have just bounced down the first pass of the next episode. So, if I hope so rolls. If you're not aware of that show.
Oh, tomato bread.
Tomato bread. Hey, buddy.
Sorry, Ollie.
It's okay. So all of the
Say thank you to Tomato bread.
thanks, Tomato Bread. We really appreciate your support. Dink. So all the music is rough drafted, and I would say about 75% of the VO is done. So there's a fair bit to go on the audio side, like sound effects and all that kind of stuff. But there's a first pass. It exists.
It's really good, lads.
Release the more cut.
Release the mall cut. This is not a Zack Snyder supporting household. I don't want to watch that movie. Or that mini-series, whatever the fuck it's going to be. Anyway, Tomato Bread, thank you very much. My good sir. Madam. Zem? Person. You the best.
Around. Yeah, I dropped it and then me and Jenny are trash and just continue to walk over it.
That sounds about right.
That's the kind of household I'm running.
You want a cold one?
Yeah, boy!
She wants to crack a cold one.
Excuse me. Yeah. Get that sweet can opening ASMR that people are into.
It's well, thank you very much.
I actually read Tomato Bread's Dono out loud. Dono? Who am I? Good evening all,
Stop.
and happy holidays. I hope everyone is doing amazing, and I love you all. Kissy kissy. Thank you very much for the Coca-Cola, Oliver.
Where's the fucking Coca-Cola Santa when you need him?
He is socially distanced on the North Pole.
Does he live in the North Pole or the South?
Far away from
North
all
Pole.
of us.
It is the North
Always
It's the
the
North Pole. Oliver, I'm not a very Christmassy human being, but even I know that. I'm about to get corrected, aren't I?
So, wait.
I
so
don't
who
know.
lives in the South Pole?
I don't know.
Penguins. Penguins.
Penguins.
So why can one mythical person...
Maybe is it Krampus or Krampus?
Krampus. Yeah,
Krampus.
Maybe Krampus lives in the South Pole. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I feel like me and him would be friends.
Here comes Krampus, here comes Krampus.
Eating children all day. I don't want to eat kids. Penguins.
Pongwan.
Penguins.
Pongwan.
I showed my sister that documentary and she cried.
Fuck. What were we talking about? Oh, Ollie's done the first pass of the thing with the
Ordeo.
Ordeo. I was going to talk about Kadar FM and how we're essentially only doing it because the people who do watch it really, really love it.
Yeah.
Because not many people watch it.
I don't care because, well, I appreciate the people who do watch it, and also I like doing it because we get to talk about dumb things.
Yeah, I mean, especially this year, it's been a really good chance to hang out with our friends.
Yeah, I like all the reminiscing.
Okay, sorry, I'm scrolling back down through the chat. Willow Hopkins, do you guys have any favourite D&D monsters or races? Homebrew included if you want. You
Dragonborn!
Another fella made me smile, and I'm so excited for more of your fabulous content. Thank you very much, Willow.
Sorry, you guys probably couldn't even hear what Jenny was saying over that because I was screaming Dragonborn into the microphone.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dragonborn, my favourite. Okay, thanks, bye.
Me, Amy, and Liam are stood on a rock in a snowy wasteland. The moon is shining upon us. We throw our heads back and we scream, Dragonborn! into the night sky.
Like, at first, I had no idea what Dragonborn was. So I thought they were just scaly men. And I was like, ew, no thanks.
I really love how you where immediately when we started playing D&D and we were like Dragonborn and you were like, is that like an anthropomorphic lizard? And that's disgusting. And then like maybe 5 seconds into being Gimgar, you were like, wait,
I want that.
I want that. Yeah, Dragonborn are really cool. I like tieflings, but not as much as the quote-unquote gays do.
Yeah, tiefling's alright.
They're pretty cool.
I've got a tiefling character. She's alright.
I like them because of how they are in our campaign, as opposed to because of like the you know, the canon, or whatever. I also really like humans. I mean, I think people think that that's boring, but
no, they're pretty cool. You can do a lot with them.
I even outside of that, I really like how, like, so humans for me are like the race of Arathis, and they're the like common is a language that has been established. It's not the human language, it's the language that is established between races. So like humans might speak other languages as well. And that is because of humans reaching out, right? They are the cultural bridge between races. I also really like how they're everywhere. Like they're the backbone of any decent world. Man, humans are great.
Yeah, but Dragonborn are better.
They're really cool, yeah.
I just love that, like, because I had no reference, like I said, for Dragonborn, and then Liam sent me this really cool concept art. I was like, that's so cool!
I'm gonna crack a big fat one. Ready?
Oh, that peaked the mic.
Yeah, my favourite monsters. Again, it's kind of cliche, but dragons are really fucking cool, guys.
I have no idea what my favourite monster is.
Like, I wanted to be a dragon when I was little, so, you know, that's...
A flail snail. We've never fought one, but I remember seeing it in the book, and I was like, I want it.
Yeah, but you want one that's, like, the size of...
a car.
Well, no, they are the size of a car, but you want one that's like the size of a teaspoon, right? That could fit in your hand.
No, I want one that I can ride.
Yeah, but when we first discussed flail snails, you were like, okay, but they headbang, right? They're really into rock music. Gimgar and a flail snail, like da 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 da.
Well, yeah, because I was like, can I have an owlbear? And you were like, no, you can't have an owlbear. I was like, well, can I have a flail snail? And you were like, absolutely not. That you don't know unless you ask, lads.
I also really like Asimir. They're pretty dang cool. Amy is drawing a witch.
A witch. She's based off of the Daughters of Lerion in Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just kicked my toe. That really hurt. If you didn't know, I've got a sore toe.
Regan, Goneril, and Cordelia,
Yes.
who are the daughters of Lear in Shakespeare's King Lear, by the way. It's a little reference thing right there. Tomato Bread would be a good cat name. Tomato is a good cat name.
It is.
Cracking open a cold one with the lads. I really like these like hag characters, like the slightly crazy witch women that are like also violent. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I remember like I first came across them and I was like, oh, I can't do this, I'm too weak. And then I went away and then I maxed out all of my levels and then I just like helicoptered through all of them. And I was like, man, these characters are really cool. Yeah.
Chaos says, can we talk about the fact / say thank you to the wizards? We have started so many games and made so many friends this year because of High Hopes Rolls and the server.
Oh,
well, that's very sweet. We didn't really do anything. I certainly didn't. It just all kind of happens around us, and we consider ourselves very lucky to be in the middle of this.
I'm glad you guys like it enough to stick around, you know.
Friendship storm.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're all the best. Thanks very much for everything.
You're very nice and kind and sweet and everything we ever hoped for when gaining an audience.
Yeah. Beth says Genasi are pretty rad as well.
Oh yeah, they're pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
Especially Mina. Mina's my favourite Genasi. Oh no, we got Terra as well. Oh, she's so cute. She's a little bean.
I also kind of like the quote-unquote monster races like goblins and...
Oh my god, goblins!
I really like people playing non-conventional. So obviously, it's like problematic to be like, oh, you're an orc, so you must be on the evil alignment spectrum. Like all orcs are evil, right? That's problematic. I really like people playing unconventional races like Yanti and like actual full orcs and stuff, and like, you know, like I want a really big heavy fat fisted orc dude who's a blacksmith in a village who's just like really soft. And he's like called Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
You have made some of like the best NPCs.
Purely by accident.
I remember when I made Hashaan, I was like, so Jenny, you know this Dragonborn that we haven't spoken to in a really long time? Can he be Hashaan's boyfriend? And you're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, why not? Interesting. IRL humans less great. Yeah, sadly. But the spirit of humanity is pretty fucking rad. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, the spirit of humanity that infuses us with hope. Like, the kind of thing that you see, you know, like you would not have, like, Star Trek, right? Like, the Next Generation I'm thinking of in particular here, which, and Voyager, I haven't watched Deep Space Nine, which is so endlessly outward reaching with, you know, we are just here to say hello. We want to get to know you. That's why we're here. We want to be friends. That is so endearing and persistent, and I love it. Who doesn't love flail snails? Probably people who get murdered by them.
What do they actually do?
Well, you know how like snails have their eyes on stalks?
Yes.
Well, flail snails have stalks, but they're not eyes, they're maces. So they're just like...
That is the perfect
And also,
thing
I think they're genuinely the size of a car.
That is the perfect thing for Gimgar.
Gimgar would ride a glorious flail snail into battle. Yes.
It'd be very slow, but...
Very slow. She's like, when I get there, you're so dead.
I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me.
Yasmin says that the fact that we're British throws them off quite a bit. Like, damn, I forgot you were real for a sec. Is that like you forgot Britain was real, or that we were real? I mean, either way, I'm not offended, it's fine. Yeah, Beth. I don't know if the stream is not updating for me, the chat's not updating for me, but I'm just taking my time. You know, it's 9:15, we've got an hour, I'm gonna make sure I get to everybody today. Hell yeah. Just gonna refresh to make sure that...
I see that, Ubu. I don't appreciate it. Get it out of here.
Fuck this shit, huh?
Why do I always say that? Because I know the chat's just gonna explode with it now.
Boop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo.
Beepity beep.
Boop-a-doo-boop-boop. Okay. Hey, you know what I really miss about playing D&D?
What?
Like, right now is the giant fly.
Oh my god! Quill!
Allie's gonna get him soon in the show, and then we have to get Phil to do the quill noises.
The moment I can say this because we spoke about it in a podcast where Mina took this. She drank this really weird like pond water potion thing.
Oh yeah.
And she died for like 30 minutes. And we panicked and flew the fly across the city to the temple that has no paladins in it, by the way.
Or clerics.
No clerics.
Yeah.
It's full of monks. And we were just like bumbling through the city, horrifying every civilian that ever existed.
My favourite things about Quill are like how good Phil is at doing the fly, like, you know, like the rubbing his hands together and then the vomiting onto his hands thing that flies do. And then also how the party is like 100% okay with Quill's existence. Everybody else is absolutely horrified. It's like at the end of Ant-Man when that giant ant runs past the normal people.
Everyone's like, ugh.
Yeah. That's a messed up dog. If you're not horrifying civilians, are you really playing D&D? Good one. Are there any fantasy races you wish were in D&D? I'm afraid I don't know anymore.
I'd say the Canary from Dragon Age. They're kind of like tieflings, but they're more like
the bull people.
Yeah, they're bull people,
Okay.
not devil people, basically. They've got
I
horns.
see.
They're pretty cool. They're massive. That's why I like them. Because they're ginormous.
Amy's got a tie.
I feel no shame. It's like Alex's concept corner, and then like
As soon as he started drawing Doc's arms, I was like, "Oh, I see." Amy's character.
Alex was like, "I just don't like him." I was like, "It's okay, I do."
As much as you hate him, I love him. Whew. Anybody have any dungeon master tips? I think I might be getting nominated for this campaign. I'm good with the storytelling, but what about making sure that combat really fits? Love you guys, says Sheplock.
Take your time.
Combat really fits. Whew. I mean, I don't know. When they rush in, or let's say that you've done a lot of story and you get to this point where it's like it's logical that the fight is going to ensue, right? I would say that, you know, you probably want to prep ahead, look at the characters that you or the monsters or whatever, and then look at them and think which ones of those are going to be aggro, and then maybe grab some stat blocks for them. But you know what? You can just make them wait whilst you look shit up. I do that all the time. Like, literally all the time. making sure it fits. I mean, like, it depends really what kind of vibe you're going for, right? Like, sometimes, like, let's take travel, for example. Sometimes you just want to fast forward through travel. You just want to get from A to B, right? So I can give you an example of this from our game where, you know, previously, if we've been on a boat, 2 boat journeys, okay? One of those boat journeys, it was of use to me to demonstrate that boats can be dangerous or something. You know, there was like a story reason as to why I might want to put some fight here. So I did that. I put a fight in there. But you know, the second half of that journey is like, okay, well, we've done the fight. You know, unless there's anything that y'all particularly want to do here, we can just get to the end of this. I'll just describe the voyage.
Hey, I got the good thing about that fight though is I got to use some of my redemption magic, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Paladin of Redemption.
I mean, honestly, I would not worry about making it fit, because apart from in the places where I specifically write in combat because I'm like, this is where I reckon we're gonna fight, this is probably where it's gonna build to, or like I need a fight to happen here to demonstrate something. You know, if it happens, it's because they want it to. You know?
Why gotta be so rude? That's in my head again. Don't you know I'm human too?
Notfang14 says a show in which you just talk about or recommend media or other content creators, a sort of highlight review day. That would be really cool. We could do one of those every month.
What's that?
Pardon me, I'm so sorry. A show in which you do up one. A show in which you just talk about or recommend media or other content creators, a sort of highlight/review day. Do you need me to say that again?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, I think that's really cool. We could definitely do that.
Okay. Explain it to me when we get there.
Yeah. That was Notfang14. They also suggest a show in which you do character/race fusion art, where a guest or two is given a random subclass/race pairing and then has to make a character out of it. That might be interesting. Like, maybe, you know, art versus art, but instead of you trying to draw the same thing, I just say, hey, I need you to draw me like a tiefling gunslinger. And then the two of you just come up with whatever that is.
Right?
Maybe. Okay.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I faded away.
Lucky Q says that the evolution of this channel is just learning Amy's types.
It's always the bad guys.
Mm-hmm. Whoop.
What?
Malgon 3. I know Amy's type. Wink wink. Mouth of Sauron. Yeah.
Just not going to defend myself anymore. I can't. You won't let me.
No. The chat keeps jumping around whilst I'm looking at it. It's making it quite hard to read what you're singing. Ramp the monster to deadly. That's what Jenny does. That's true. That is true. My players do know that if they enter combat, it could kill them. Kobold.club. Put in what level your players are and how many of your players you've got, and then slap it up to deadly.
It's the worst.
Sometimes though, it's not. This is the thing about the challenge rating system, where like it's I would say it mediums out that it's accurate, but like sometimes easy fights that I expect you to walk through absolutely annihilate you. right? Like, everybody's dying. Barely anybody's left standing at the end.
It's because our dice just hate us some days.
And other times, the fights that I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be fucking great for me. These bad guys are going to win. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so dramatic. And then you fucking just slay them instantly. Like, there isn't even any dramatic tension. It's just like, damn, they're dead.
I injured myself.
How have you injured yourself,
Why have
Oliver?
you done that?
Why have you done that?
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
That fucking face you just pulled at me.
What did you do?
Teared off some sellotape and I got myself on the spikes.
I see.
Is it a bad injury?
Yeah. I mean, it's been like a...
Oh, it's on the joint as
Yeah.
well.
Exactly.
It will never heal.
Really optimistic there.
You're gonna catch the scurvy. That's not how that works.
I keep wanting to like lick the pop shield, which is a
Don't
bit
do
weird,
that.
isn't it? I
That's
know.
a bit weird.
There's sort of some animal part of my brain that's like, put this in your mouth. Hi guys. It says Zenolia.
Hello.
It's Xonolia, Zenolia, right? Like Zephos.
I don't know, Jenny. I can't read.
I'm a DM and I have a player that works against the party. They talk over me when I'm trying to DM. Any tips on how I can make them stop, or just a soft way to ask them to leave the game?
You need to communicate with them.
Yes, communication
Desperately.
is the key. I would message them and say, you're working against the party and you talk over me when I'm trying to DM, and that's very rude. And please, can you not do that because you're ruining the game?
This is a problem and we've got to fix it.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's kind of no good way to. So two things will happen, right? Hopefully, what will happen is that person will say, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I've been such a dick. Please tell me what I can do to change my behavior." Or, unfortunately, which does happen, that person will be like,
How dare you attack me?
Yeah, I'm never wrong.
If that happens, there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah,
You've just got to move on from
I
it.
kind of feel like you're better off without them, right? Dead weight. And I mean that in a very broad sense, right? Like if you're playing D&D with your friends, I feel like Dungeons and Dragons is the peak exercise of friendship.
I'm drawing a nipple right now.
A nipple.
Nipple. Nippale.
This is, sorry, side note. Jonathan Ross, right, once was asked, oh, hey, that's a very nice shirt. Who designed it? And he was too embarrassed to say that he got it from Millet's, the camping stores. So he said, oh, Millet. So I have called it that ever since. In the same way that Nigella calls the microwave the microwave. Look, I speak English, but I choose not to. Yes, a soft way to ask them to leave the game. I think you owe them nothing except honesty. Honesty is always the best policy. There is never a cause to lie. I would be very honest about your feelings and how they're making you feel and how they're making the other players feel. And if you need help from your friends, then for sure you should get them on a group call or on a group chat or something.
Don't gang up against them, though.
Definitely do not do that. Maybe nominate one person to do the speaking and then invite them to bring discourse. But, unfortunately sometimes it gets ugly.
Yeah, and D&D,
It should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. And, I'm going to say we're not perfect. We definitely had, moments where we've had to stop and talk, haven't we?
Yeah, for sure.
We've been totally fine afterwards. You've just got to talk to one another about it.
Yeah. I hope that helps.
Yeah. Don't gang up on them. Just talk, remain calm. And then if they kick off, then you did your best.
For those of you who are concerned about Oliver, I should just inform you that he's using business tape to wrap Christmas presents, so he brought this upon himself. I am concerned for him, really.
Ollie has injured himself a lot over the last few weeks.
Yeah,
Haven't you?
you have, actually.
Yeah.
Well, you were out repairing and you came home and you were like, look at my hand. And it was like battered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last week. I've still got some of the cuts on my fingers.
You jumped on the sofa yesterday and bashed the back of your head on the armrest.
Yeah, I felt really dizzy.
And you dropped a bowl and trod on it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a little while
I didn't
ago.
tread on it. Oh,
Was
no,
it?
I did tread on it.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
2-3 weeks ago.
Time is an illusion.
Where am I? Where have I been?
Yeah, that was a weird one because it looked like a massive sort of like centimeter and a half shard of glass was like in my foot, but in reality, it was just the way that the broken glass had curved, and there was just like a small point in my foot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really lucky and just managed to sort of go dink and just sort of
Man,
gently pull it
see,
out.
like, I was doing that thing where I was like, I really want to look at this and I want to see what this is, but also I'm about to pass out and throw up at the same time.
I'm about to pass out in a pool of my own vomit.
Really thankful you didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm also really grateful that we didn't have to go to A&E. But like A&E's boring and stressful at a normal day. In a 2020 day, A&E is a hellhole.
Well, I mean, like, you know, I just with the repairing, that's all part and parcel of it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
I know.
Just the springs that I'm getting caught on. That's a nuisance.
Just the springs.
I've been in A&E a couple of times because I've owned horses, and when you own horses, sometimes you get injured. And I had a really bad fall one day, and I'd like not realised this, but I went to A&E, and we were there for about 2 hours, and I just got bored waiting, so I just went home. And then a couple weeks later, I'd fallen off again, worse accident, and I went in, and they were like, so there's signs here of a previous concussion you've had and previous broken ribs. And I was like, oh, that might have been from the last time.
Fucking hell.
It's like when I visited Tom once, and he, you know, put bread in the freezer, right, to store it, you know.
Oh, right,
like,
yeah.
Stockpile bread. And he was
mhm.
like, oh man, we're out of bread. I'll just grab a new loaf, and he did. And then I wasn't looking, I wasn't paying attention, right? And he, in the background, had got a massive bread knife and was prying the slices
Oh
apart
my
with the bread
god.
knife. And he sliced all the way down his finger.
That's
right?
so grim.
And he's like, oh man, that's really bad. I'm like, that is really bad. So what he did is he got some bandages, right? You know, there's like wraparound bandages.
Mm-hmm.
And he just... And like, for any Americans listening, like, it basically looked like a corn dog. Right? You know that shape, that kind of like bulbous shape?
No, yeah.
It looked like a corn dog.
No.
We carried on playing games. It was all cool. I stayed the night. That was my last night there.
Oh my god.
Right? I can't actually remember if that was the middle.
I
day or
was
what, but,
about
like,
to ask you if this happened in Portugal, but obviously
been.
not, yes.
But then I left, and the day I left, he was like, "Okay, so I'll go to A&E
Yeah.
once you've gone. I don't want to like have to take you to A&E while you're here." And then he did, and then she was like, "You really should have
Come to A&E yesterday,
Like, what
yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
Because like any longer, and you could have potentially have lost this finger."
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
He was like,
God. That's
I
like when...
slept with it and everything.
have a
you
scar
know?
on my finger from when I cut myself. I was like 16 or 17, so I wasn't like super young, but I was living at home, and I went outside to help my parents in the garden for like the first time in my entire life, and literally 5 minutes in, I was bleeding so badly I had to sit down.
God.
And my dad was like, "Well, I guess we're not doing this anymore."
So you know my knife set in the kitchen.
Oh God, Amy, your fucking knives! Before you tell this story, okay, I'm just gonna explain to the chat the state of your kitchen utensils. Amy has a knife block which has knives which I'm assuming came with the block in it.
Yeah.
That I don't think have been sharpened in your entire lifetime.
Nope.
That are so damaged
And blunt.
that some of them are so pitted that they look like bread knives. They look like they're serrated when they're supposed to be chef knives. Like paring knives, chef knives, like just upsetting.
So basically, my mum made some flapjack one
So
time.
dangerous.
My mum made some flapjack, and she left the knife on top. The
Mhm.
knife that you use to get the flapjack out of the tin.
Mm-hmm.
But this flapjack was like concrete. But I was really desperate for some flapjack. So I had my hand at the end of the tin like this, and I had the knife at the other end, and I was pushing with all my force. And then obviously the flapjack came up and the knife went through my hand.
Yeah. So there's 3 rules to good blade.
Sorry guys if this is a bit grim, by the way.
Good blade usage, okay? The first one is always use a sharp knife. Always use a sharp blade. May seem counterintuitive, but I will tell you now, you'll cut yourself worse on a blunt object
because you're using more force
than you will on a sharp one. But also, it's not even just because you're using more force. Like, the blade will do more damage to you because it's got a fatter edge, basically. Second one is always cut away from you. Do you know what, like Amy did, point the knife at your own hand. Always cut away from you.
So if you're wondering who the chaotic neutral is of our friendship group.
And the third is
I'm right here.
Never, ever, ever apply force. Because if you're using force, it's too thick to cut and you need to cut it again, right? So for example, if you're using a scalpel, don't press down really hard because you'll slip and you'll cut yourself. Run the blade lightly through the thing that you're cutting several times. Yes.
Amy falling off horses repeatedly, cutting herself while trying to get flapjacks. Things are starting to line up. It is the truth. God.
Sharpening the knives chaos is on the to-do list, but it's on my to-do list, and therefore it's at the bottom because my knives are sharp. I have a chef's knife and a Chinese cleaver, and the Chinese cleaver is now it's my everything knife.
I've cut myself on your cleaver.
Fuck's sake.
So I haven't used it since.
When did you cut yourself with it?
It was when you and Ollie weren't home.
Oh, I see.
And I was like, wow, it's so sharp. And I was cutting the onion too fast and I didn't move my hand out of the way fast enough.
I see.
It wasn't a bad cut. It was just a little dink. I'm not used to using sharp knives. I get a bit excited when I do.
Okay, good gifts for me are knives. And just like big fat chef knives, like cleavers, basically Chinese style, with the thin ones, where the back of the blade is so big that it doubles as a bench scraper. I love those. Petition to ban Amy from knife.
Well,
I mean, they're practically spoons at this point anyway. They're so blunt, so... Is there anything Amy hasn't cut herself on?
No, but I did punch the extractor fan earlier and I bruised my hand.
If she can't cut herself on it, she has indeed whacked it. You've got absolutely no special awareness.
You weren't aware that this is what you're going to be living with, were you?
I mean, I knew a little bit, but really, living with you has it's like the 90% that was hidden has been revealed to me. It's like the fog of war has cleared. Oi. So send us your super chat so that I can buy Amy a sharp knife.
No, because I'll cut myself on it.
No, you won't. We just discussed the 3 rules of knives. You want a nice sharp one instead of 60 terrible blunt ones. This would be a good time for me to mention, because it's 10:09. So that's the halfway point. I'm going to take a little moment to mention some ways that you can support the channel, and if Amy lives.
I've already decided I'm not going to make it past 60.
If Amy lives through all of her knife mistakes, then ways that you can help support her so that she can do the art for you. You can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/ShriekingWizard, where you get behind the scenes content and extra stuff that we don't post anywhere else. And you get all of that stuff way earlier than everybody else, like a year earlier than it goes out everywhere else. Including stuff like the essay that I was talking about earlier, like more information on Arcaden, which is the world in which High Hopes is set, art and concept art and that kind of thing. You can buy some merch from our store, which is shriekingwizardco.com/shop. We got posters, we got stickers, we got lino prints, we got music.
All of Amy's fingers that she chopped off. Put it on a necklace.
You. We got soon we're gonna put up the sheet music for High Hopes Rolls' music. Whoa, Alex has got a big old 25 quid. Thank you very much, my dude. Alex Evans, thank you guys for all of the awesome and wholesome content you've put out this year. Seriously, would not have made it through 2020 without you magical people. That is a very kind thing to say, because realistically it's the other way around. I mean, I can't speak for all of the wizards, but me and Amy, I feel like I can say pretty wholeheartedly that if we didn't have this would have been the worst year of our lives.
Yeah.
I was just thinking today that if I didn't have wizards to work on with my friends, and also if we didn't live together, I would be a full recluse. The only person I would talk to would be Ollie.
Yeah, 100%.
It just would have destroyed me. So Alex, thank you very much.
Thank you
for that very gracious donation. That 25 quiderinos.
Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's the best. Thank you very much. But yeah, we're putting up the sheet music for the music that Ollie has composed for High Hopes Rolls. So at some point you will be able to play the music yourself, which is pretty cool. I think that's really rad. That's on our store. We also have a Redbubble store where we have some other stuff that you can get that we can't make, like t-shirts and I don't know, what else do Redbubble do? Cups. Fucking shower curtains, weird shit like that.
Bed sheets.
If you want these things, you can go to our Redbubble.
I want a bed sheets made out of flumps,
which is shriekingwizard.redbubble.com. Somewhere there is a promo code that Steve from Redbubble very kindly sent us. Steve! Thank you to Steve if he's listening to this. He's not. I don't know where the promo code is. It's on Tumblr somewhere. And it's on Instagram. Instagram's probably the best place to go get it because it doesn't move so fast. If you go to Instagram, there's a promo code. I can't tell you what it is because it's an ugly promo code. It's like
6,000 letters.
It's like 6,000 letters and there's dashes and numbers in there, and you get some money off to Redbubble. Where else can you go to support us? I don't know. You can follow us everywhere. Following us on Instagram would actually be very helpful right now. We're trying to get to 10k so we can do the swipe up thing.
Oh.
Whoa! Oh, Liam.
You little chicken. Thank you.
You little chicken? What?
Yeah, I didn't know what to call him, so I was like, you little chicken.
Kiah Prior, who is actually Liam. Or is Kiah? And Liam is just in control of the typing. I'm not really sure which one. Liam plays Nagar, by the way. $3.99. Support artists/creators in 2020. Thank you very much, Liam. We can D&D soon. Really, it's not up to me. Because I don't have... I mean, I do have a job. I'm on Wizards full time, but I don't have, like a 9 to 5 like everybody else.
A shitty retail job.
Yeah.
I regret everything.
Am I grateful for not having to re-enter the workforce? Oh, hey, something that happened to me today.
Oh.
You know this already.
Oh, I do?
So I am on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
At Jenny L Bud. And Twitter for me is like this empty void into which I scream. The void is not supposed to talk back unless it's one of you guys. So when Jim, who works for BBC Radio 5 Live, contacted me and said, "Hey, I saw your tweet about Brexit. Would you like to come on the show and talk about Brexit?" It's safe to say that I was ejected into space by my anxiety. And had a good old conversation with Jim from Radio 5 Live to say, "Look, Jim, this is a very kind offer, but no thank you. That sounds very scary." And he was like, "Yeah, but can I ring you to talk about it?" I'm like, "No, Jim, you can't. I'm a coward. That's just the way it is."
Not.
Also, my mother taught me not to give my phone number out to strangers on the internet, so goodbye, Jim, goodbye. So there we go. I was almost on Radio 5 Live for 5 seconds. I'm sure he was very eager to talk to me, and what he would have done was talked me into it. But I'm embarrassed to say that whilst Brexit is complicated, I don't. My questions are for Google, not for the British government. They're not actually things that taxpayers can answer for me. It's like, what, and also I have questions that nobody can answer because that would require future sight. Things like, obviously in January, our CPM is going to plummet through the floor.
What's CPM?
That's cost per mil. That's how much advertisers pay per 1,000 views.
Right.
Which for us at the moment it's just over £9.
Right.
In January, that's probably going to go down to £1, if not less than that, because that's just the cycle. But my question is it going to come back up out of that after January? Like, are we going to be less attractive to advertisers because we're no longer in the European Union? Nobody can answer that.
Boo, you're dooting real loud.
My 5 Live encounter. That makes it sound like I had to fight him, Alex. No, I will not go on your show.
Liam.
Bum, 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 bum. So Liam's paid £3.99 to ask if we can play D&D soon. So I feel like we probably should if one of the players is paying. Well, never mind. Okay. Once again, thank you to Alex Evans for that big old £25.
Really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. Another good way to support the show, everything, is to get a little super chat. So throw us some Cheeto money. We don't even have those here, do we? Cheetos? I don't think we do we?
We got individual packets, but not the big packets that I desire.
Why did I say Cheetos?
Because somebody asked if they could send us Cheetos.
Radio host Jim would like to battle. He would. His Pokemon are like electric types, obviously, because that's what music is in Pokemon. Jenny used decline. Jenny used withdraw. Ooh, excuse me.
You are not excused.
Loudred, exactly. Amy, you're not really a Pokemon person, are you?
No.
So my Pokemon team would be.
Keep tapping.
I have an answer for this. I've got a soft spot. I'm a Gen 1 person because I'm old, but I really like Whale Lord for reasons that I can't really. It's just a big whale. It's just a whale. I just want to pet it. I think that's my thing.
That's a big fish.
That's one big fish.
I do know that whales are mammals. Before people start
disclaimer,
correcting me.
Yeah. Also Rapidash, I think.
She's talking words I don't understand.
It's a fire horse.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I also really love Oddish.
Extinguish him.
And therefore Vileplume is probably going to be on my team.
She's talking words I don't understand.
Yeah, the problem with talking about Pokemons is that I haven't played. Okay, so I played Blue, and then I played Silver, and then I played Ruby. Don't remember it. And then and then I played. I don't think I played any of the ones that are available on DS. So I haven't played Diamond or Pearl or any of those. I played one that has the Eiffel Tower in it, but I didn't finish it. And I don't remember which one it was. So clearly it made a big impact on me. Ollie's big thing is Gengar. For sure. Your favourite Gen 1 starter? I think it's got to be Squirtle. Though I do really love Bulbasaur as well. My very first Pokemon experience, I was so young I didn't really understand what was going on. So my character was called JKLMNNNNNNNNNN. And then I had a level 60 Blastoise and like maybe 5 level 4 Rattatas. Because I didn't understand how to play the game. Ooh. Pokemon is an enigma. That's definitely how I feel about it these days. I'm wondering if I should pick up Sword and or Shield. But you know, I'm currently in the middle of 2 video games. I don't need to add a third.
2 video games?
Yeah, Hades and Valhalla.
Oh, I thought you finished Hades.
No, it's never ending.
Oh.
Until the gay dads are together, it's not over.
Oh, okay. Beep, 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 beep. Oh my god, why?
I haven't seen again. The stream preview has been dark for me for so long. I haven't seen what you've drawn, so I'm gonna refresh it and see.
Oh, okay.
Be blown away. Oh, very nice.
Thanks.
When is our next stream? Do we know?
New Year.
New Year.
Don't know when in the New Year.
Second, yes. The 2nd of January. Can you believe it's been a whole year?
What day is that, on Saturday?
Yes. Is that to be confirmed though?
I
or
think
do you
so.
know that's that for sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because after Christmas my work hours go back to normal.
Okay, cool.
Guys, I don't like my new job. Nah, it's alright. The people there are really nice. Beep, 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 beep.
My apologies. I tapped out for a second there and now I've lost where I was. Okay, cool. Do you have an opinion on Danganronpa? No.
What's that?
Don't know. Anime, I think.
Oh.
Do you guys collect the cards? I did when I was a kid. I've still got all of my old Pokemon cards. Ollie's are really super into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like super into Yu-Gi-Oh! He does currently collect the cards. They want the whole of the UK in lockdown again soon, so...
It's really annoying because, like, if public transport is going to be prohibited, I can't get my new tattoo that I booked back in...
Well, it won't be public transport that's being prohibited.
It'll be everything.
Transport will be open. Schools are open, and essential stuff is open, right? So
right.
Public transport has to run. It's not like the very first one in March where you couldn't even get a train.
Right. Just want to get this tattoo done.
I don't know if your tattoo artist will be open.
She's open at the moment.
Non-essential retail.
Yeah.
But we will have to see.
We'll have to see. I really want to get it done because I've been looking forward to it.
What are you getting done? Boo's just sitting in a hallway like a creep.
She's always been a creep. Oh, there's a torch.
Yeah, it's Ollie.
I am getting my half sleeve done,
And
it is an arrangement of flowers.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
From my parents' house. So it's like got an arrangement of my mum's favourite flowers, all the flowers that she grew at home. Like we lived in the countryside, so there's like different types of like grass and reeds in there as well. And that's going to go from my hand to my elbow, and hopefully above my elbow a little bit.
Cool.
But yeah.
How many tattoos will that take you to? 4?
5. 5? Yeah, 5. I've got 4. Oh, well, technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically I've got 5.
Okay.
But one of them looks like the big one on my leg looks like one tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
And it's 2.
Yeah, because it's done by 2 different people.
Oh, right, okay.
It started by one person, finished by another person.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Also, don't rush into getting tattoos, lads. Think about it before you do it. Because you end up doing what I've done and you've like taken up half your leg and now you wish to change it.
Alex said that thinking noise made you sound like Professor Trelawney.
What thinking noise did I make?
Chaos says my family owns/runs a tattoo shop. If you ever head to the US, I'd be happy to give you something small on the house.
Oh,
wizards.
hell yeah.
That
I
would
mean,
be
I'd
cool.
pay for it. Because...
I mean, if we're ever allowed outside of the country again, or outside of our house again, then I would if Wizards gets big enough. First of all, me and Amy would really like to do a series where we go around Britain and we look at cool history shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've been thinking about it a lot. We go to Portchester Castle, we go to the Long Man,
Yeah.
we do the Snake,
Yeah.
Seven Sisters, and then we go and we go to Hastings and look at that shit.
Yeah.
And then we can go to Wiltshire and we go to Jane Austen's house and the estate house because it's got like the oldest library in Britain in it or something.
Yeah.
And then and that's in Hampshire. And then it's really weird, by the way, because Jane Austen lives so close to Andover, right? That in her letters to her sisters and to her family and to her friends, she references places that, like, I grew up in. It's like super wild how connected to me she is. And then we go to Stonehenge. We can do some Wales shit. Like Wales's history is crazy. We go to Hadrian's Wall.
Really want to go to Hadrian's Wall.
Really want to go see some abbeys, right? Like do some like religious history, and then we're gonna hike it across to Ireland and like do the Giant's Causeway, that kind of thing. We'd love to do all that. And then
Forest of Dean, I really want to go as well.
I really want to go to the Forest of Dean. I would really like to. We can go south and do. Ollie's familiar with this one, but go to Dartmoor and hike across Dartmoor. Hell yeah! Do loads of history shit in Britain.
Yeah, man.
Reconnect with our ancient selves. And
this is only because I played Valhalla recently, and
you want to
obviously
go see Seahenge?
Yeah, Seahenge isn't actually in the sea anymore. It's been put in a museum.
But we go see it.
I'd like to go see it.
And then
I'd like to go see all the standing stones that still exist. That would be really cool.
I mean, there are tons of them all across Europe.
Yeah,
across
they're
Northern
everywhere.
Europe. Yeah. But yeah, I would really like to spend some time in the States with everybody. My aunt lives in Idaho, I think, in the potato state, right?
Idaho.
It's northwest. But it's in the middle, so it's Republican.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't. I don't want to describe where it is to you because I'll get it wrong.
Salt Lake.
Above Utah.
Yeah, that's what I got confused about. Yeah.
My parents went through Utah to Arizona to look at shit. This I'm just as weird. But like, this is a sidetrack. But my parents were driving through Utah. My dad is 61 in January. My mum is in her 50s, right? And they were like, "Man, we're really hungry. We should pull over and get something to eat." And they went to a restaurant. And the guy was like, "Do you have any ID?" And they're like, "Well, we just want some burgers." And they're like, "Yeah, but you can't come in unless you've got ID because we serve alcohol on this premises."
What?
America.
Clearly adults.
Doesn't matter.
What?
Salt Lake City. Capital of Mormonism. Wow. Yeah, no, wild, right? Where in Europe, we're like, "What are you for? Have you had any wine yet?" Have a sip of this Guinness.
I can confirm.
Yeah, no, exactly. They said it wasn't Guinness for me, it was cider.
No, it's definitely Guinness to me because that's all my dad
I
drank.
was like, "Is that fizzy apple juice?" And my dad was like, "Yes." I was like, "Sounds great."
I love the smell of Guinness.
Oh, we should definitely do. Sorry, I just saw Katie say the Isle of Wight. 100%.
Yes.
We need to go to Carisbrooke Castle. I fucking castles are great. Fucking amazing. We should do all the castles.
Yeah. Pemberley Castle as well. That would be a really simple one because it's just a fort. It's an old Roman fort. It's like mine and Jazz's favourite place in the world, basically. There was a time where we sat in the green and it was in the middle of summer, it was very hot, and we were sitting there having a very deep conversation, and then a bee appeared, and then we got up and we ran and screamed.
Come to Wales. The USA has not a lot of sightseeing. I would argue that the USA has an insane amount of sightseeing.
Yeah, man, the mountains. I really want to go up into the mountains. There's mountains fucking everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, for starters, I have never seen a mountain before.
Oh, mate.
But also, just off the top of my head, Grand Canyon, Six Grandfathers.
I want to go to Seattle.
Right, like you've got some weird, amazing cities. Like I've never been in a desert before, but like a whole chunk of you live in it.
Yeah.
Get the fucking the place like the Awangahina National
West
Park,
Virginia,
like Yellowstone. Like, man,
yes, Yellowstone.
Like,
Want to go there?
Got some of the best museums in the world. Yeah, you got shit tons of stuff. I think. You know, it's difficult when...
Massachusetts, I want to go there. Because of course I do.
Hell yeah. Wanna see those things. Great Lakes. You know? And that's just off the top of my head. I'm fairly sure if I Googled it, there would be tons of stuff.
Yeah, man.
We could go state to state. We're not going to, we're poor. But...
Maybe one day. We could do like a hat film series.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Britain is a handful of countries in Tweed. Not wrong. I will say we don't have mountains, but
there's mountains up north.
Well, we have two mountains.
Yeah,
and they are the smallest mountains that before they are only just classified as mountains.
Yeah.
Ben Nevis and something else. I can't remember what the other ones. Is it Stipastanas? I can't remember.
Don't
know. So I'm from Wiltshire, which is where Stonehenge is, from Marlborough Plain. And you know, we can talk about plains, like loads of people have them, but there is something inherently English about the really, really deep green grass and the endless blue sky that's like this is gonna sound weird, but it feels like wet, right? Like I feel like a lot of plains and stuff, they feel kind of dry, but you know, Northern Europe is so temperate that everything feels like so immediately alive that it feels like it's in the air. And particularly when you're stood with the standing stones, like in Avesbury, for example.
Yeah.
I would say that if you play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like it feels very accurate to me. Like they sort of captured the essence of like what it is to be in awe of your surroundings. There is a line in that game where somebody says, I think it must be in Lincolnshire, where the dude says, "Come and I'll show you the splendours of my shire," and Ava says, "You English and your small splendours," and I think that pretty much sums it up entirely.
Yeah.
Small splendours. I really do love it.
Fun fact, my grandparents lived right next to the Long Man.
Long man. Cool.
It's a chalk. What is it? It's a limestone.
I don't know about the Long Man. They tend to be chalk.
Oh yeah, it must be chalk because it's on the downs.
Yeah, then
So
probably chalk.
It's
touching this chair. Am I gonna back your foot?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. I went to school in Pewsey, which is a vale. So the village is in the middle of in a valley. And Pewsey Vale has a chalk horse.
Yeah, you got the funny looking. It's not like a full horse, is it? It's like a line. Is it line art kind of thing? Because that is in the game as well.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's in the game.
Oh well, fuck. Dang, I'm so excited to get to Hampshire and Valhalla. I'm so excited.
It's nice.
It's
like
where
it.
I'm from. We're having a nice fireside chat about England. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame we're all bastards, really, isn't it?
England has done nothing but fuck over the world, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. If you're looking for some charitable work to do, by the way, can I recommend that you support Partners in Health in their efforts to build a maternal healthcare centre in Sierra Leone, a nation that has suffered greatly under Britain's influence. Like people used to be like, yeah, but we built train lines for Sierra Leoneans. And I'm like, yeah, we built trains, but not for Sierra Leoneans. We built a train line from the diamond mine to the port.
Yeah.
Like, the major population centres did not get train stations. Anyway, we suck.
Yeah.
We should have stuck to our simple splendours.
Yeah, man.
It is enough. It makes me laugh that we were like what do you think the Isle of Wight in Assassin's Creed Valhalla was like? And I was like, I don't have any basis for this, but I bet you it's full of crazies. And then you got up there and you were like, it's full of crazies.
Yeah, because apparently it was one of the last places to be.
Katie will undoubtedly, she's in the chat, so I'm sure that she will inform us of this. But as Katie likes to tell us, it is the last place in Britain to be converted into Christianity.
Yeah.
It's the Isle of Wight. It's where all the Druids fled to when the Saxons converted into Christianity.
Yeah, I went there and instantly I was being murdered.
I feel a bit like resurrecting our ancient gods, right, and becoming a pagan. Like, if I'm going to pick a belief system, I don't feel like Christianity is the path to take.
If I could pick someone to go and speak to from history, it would be Boudica.
Man, I don't know if I want to speak to her, but I
want
do
to
want to
see,
look at her.
I want to see
Yeah,
her.
I want to see what she looks like.
Like, what did she look like?
Because she doesn't look anything like we think she does she?
No.
I just know she should probably just look like a
normal
ordinary woman.
Normal
just
human.
a regular person.
I'd love to go back to
Hell yeah.
when Stonehenge was first being made.
Oh my god, I want to know what Stonehenge was for so badly.
Yeah, everyone does.
Like, not because like I need to prove something or know which theory is correct or whatever. I want to know how it could be so important that
it took them thousands of years to build.
You know, for like 100 generations. Like, how do you transmit to your great, you know, to the 100th degree grandson that I need you to finish this? Like, how do you culturally imbue that with the force to carry it that far? Like, how important was it for them?
Stonehenge was a group project nobody wanted to do.
Oh, amazing.
Like, how the hell did they get the
standing stones?
The
or
plinth
the
stone, the ones on
lintels.
top,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lintels. How did they get those up there? How?
Man.
They didn't even have a wheel. They didn't even know what a wheel was.
I mean, I think they had the wheel.
Well, apparently it was before the invention of the wheel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
How? So cool.
Why aren't pants called longs if shorts are called shorts? I don't know, Melancholy. That's a good. Probably because they were called trousers, and then somebody made a pair of shorts, but they were called short trousers, and then we just shortened it to shorts. Probably. I'm just guessing. Giants. The Jotun lifted the stones into place. Yes, please. I think that's why I really, really like fantasies, because you can take things that the mysteries that already exist around us abundantly, and then you can justify them with the magic that you feel that they are. Hell yeah.
I'm like low-key angry that nobody wrote anything down before. Like, how dare you?
Yeah. I really love what we do have though. Like in the British Museum, which you know is a warehouse full of stolen things, but in the British Museum there's a tile, I think it's in Aramaic, which is like, it's a receipt. It's like a receipt that's got a complaint attached to it because the delivery was slow.
Oh my god.
And it's like 4,000 years old.
Wow.
I fucking love it. Like, when we write stuff down, when we build things to leave, knowing that we will die and they will outlast us, we don't expect it to be our fucking customer complaints.
No.
that we are remembered by.
The pot that's got the fingerprint in it as well.
Oh yeah.
So cool.
You could slay me with that. Dun, 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 dun. Writing was innovative as heck. It took a while to figure out. Yeah. It was also hoarded. You know that information was hoarded by in the 8th century, like, you know, in the Middle Ages, was hoarded by the church. Like, you didn't teach people to read and stuff. Like, that's secret knowledge. Feels a bit bullshit to me.
I just want to also I want to travel around England, but also I want to time travel.
I don't know if I actually want to time travel. Unless it's like a shark cage. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
You can't.
I don't want to go out of the cage. Like, you know how in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the newer one with Johnny Depp, they've got the glass elevator? I want that. Don't want to go outside it. Just look from the inside. Oh, man. Ancient Britain must have smelt so bad.
So bad.
So bad. Like, you forget about those aspects, right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine standing next to someone from Ancient Britain. Oh.
They must have just stank.
Vile. Or maybe they just smelt like musty.
This once I was on the bus. I was like either going to work or returning from work, and this dude got on, and I'm not even kidding, Amy. I was sat. So imagine the downstairs of a double decker bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got four, and then it goes up a bit, four, and then you got the sets of four, the 2 seats facing each other at the back.
Yeah.
So I was sat on the one up a bit on the left hand side.
Yeah.
And so he was sat 2 rows in front of me on the right, and he stank so bad. It was as if he was like sitting next to me.
No.
And the man who was sitting behind him had to stand up and move because he smelt so bad.
God.
Like vomit inducing.
God, how... What even is that smell?
Like, it's sweet.
Ooh.
It's rancid. It's bad.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh
Somebody
dear.
needs, like, an intervention and some help. Chaos says, I would be afraid of time travel because I'm very capital not white. Yes. I think it depends on where you time travel to, but yes. I don't blame you. Katie says, I'd love to time travel. I just go around riding old steam trains around the UK, the best day ever.
Well, I wouldn't want to go to Victorian London.
Ooh.
The Thames. No thanks.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, the Thames. I mean, like, I feel like literally anywhere you can find, like, let's say it's 200 years from now, people are going to be like, oh, I wouldn't want to travel to the 21st century. You know, ugh, it was gross. They still had pandemics. Have you seen that video of the guy? He's like pretending to be the representative from the Federation of Planets, who's like, you can't join, right? He's like, so have you colonized another planet? And he's like, no, not even Mars, but it's so close. Like, you want to go to the toilet? And he's like, no, we don't do that anymore. And he's like, have you, and people, is everybody well fed? People seem to be starving, and you haven't cured world hunger. Why? What would you like me to write down for that? And he's like, logistics. People, you want me to write down that people are starving because of logistics? Fucking great video.
God.
Slays me.
I feel like I would accidentally try and time travel somewhere, like, not realise, and then touch something and then get cholera. Instantly.
Yeah, there's this point where, like, if you go, if like light travel was possible, there is a distance from Earth that you could go where you would be trapped there because the expansion of the universe, you couldn't go any further because the universe was expanding in front of you, and you couldn't go back because it would take you longer to get back than it took you to get there.
No.
And then, like, you'd be stuck there. But that's, like, never going to happen.
I never want to go to space. No.
Yeah, no, space seems like a bad idea.
No. Space can stay in space.
Pardon me.
Oh
Yawning.
We've got 10 minutes.
We've got like 10 minutes left, yeah. And Katie would also like to go see ABBA and the Beatles play live.
Yes.
Of course you would. If you change your mind, baby, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. Do you think that if you went back to ancient Rome, and you said, hey, so your empire falls 242 AD, okay? But in 2020, almost 2,000 years since the fall of your empire, children are still being forced to learn the language that you speak in school, but only the rich ones. Because that's what rich people do. Do you think they would appreciate that or understand that? I think they would think that was dumb.
Don't know.
I'd be like, it's a dead language. Nobody speaks it anymore. Except
Rich people.
Rich people. In rich people's school. The Library of Alexandria. Hell yeah. That is something interesting to see. And the Mosque at Samara. I would like to see that too. I mean, we've got a little bit of that left. Think of all the places that you'd like to go.
I want to go back and see what my parents looked like as kids. Because I've never seen a picture of my parents as children. Never. I've got one of my dad where he's my age. But I've never seen a picture of my mum when she was a child. Ever.
I mean, if you've ever seen my mum, which I mean, obviously most of the people listening to this won't have done, but you have seen my mum and me. If I told you that my mother as a child is me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You and your mother.
We're identical.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, like, genuinely, there are pictures of my mum with her sisters, like, as kids, which I have picked up and been like, I don't remember being in this picture. I don't remember ever wearing those clothes. And my mum's like, yes, because it's me. R.S. Frey's dad looked like Bob Ross in his 20s. That's pretty cool.
Cool. My dad was bald, but he had a crazy amount of hair until his mid-40s, I think, or 30s, not quite sure. But he had like a crazy amount of hair.
Cool.
And then it all fell out because he went bald.
Because that's what it does.
Yes.
I don't know how up to date my stream is. How far into this drawing are you?
I'm like starting the line work.
Oh, okay, cool. So we can probably do another. This will probably also be New Year's as well. This drawing.
Finish it off. If everyone's okay with that. If not, I can do something else. I can finish this at a different time, and then I can do something else.
If you've got any suggestions for like stuff you'd like us to do on stream, then please let us know. It would be interesting to see how this fits into our sort of future content plans in regards to like the stuff that we want to do. That's very cryptic, isn't it? Hopefully, I mean, here's a plan. January and February probably going to be pretty quiet from us, right? We're probably going to do, pardon me, what you've known to come from us, you know, sort of 2 videos a week, a stream every 2 weeks, you know, Patreon post every Friday. And then we're going to see, there's a lot of things that are dependent, you know, like we're to work out if we can afford the rent. Because if we can't afford the rent, then we have to pick up other work.
Yeah.
And if we to pick up other work, then it changes the timeline. But currently, sort of end of February, things are going to start changing around here, kids. Things are going to change. Like, it's not super drastically.
No.
But also majorly.
And for the better.
Yeah, and for the better. There's going to be more stuff coming y'all's way.
You got it in my head now.
What's it, what? Oh, the ABBA.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. We want you to be along for the ride, so please tell us what you want to see, what you want to do. Should we hang out more? You know, I can make some cookies to bring to the party. Sapphic Thalia turns 14 in January. Are you old enough to be on YouTube currently? 13, Amy. 13.
Dang.
There's a 13-year-old
And I'm drawing titties on the screen.
watching this stream right now. That means that they were born in 2007.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
1 year before Iron Man came out.
Oh my god!
There's the person watching the stream younger than the MCU.
Oh my god!
Oh. I'm so old. More ABBA karaoke. Well, my dudes, no. Copyright. Lawsy is 15.
You're all
Ethan
children.
is 13.
Oh my god. Lads. I need to be careful about more things.
Horace Frey says British secondary school is hell incarnate.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Don't miss it.
Preaching to the crowd, my dude.
We are the people who did not fit in.
Liam is currently teaching students born in 2005. Oh, good. There are some 20-year-olds hanging around here. 20, 24, 26. That's good. Year 10's a Satan. Year 10 is 14, right? 15? I don't know.
Yeah, can't remember.
Oh, hey, Kimberly turns 33 in Feb, so that's good. There are some age-appropriate people here.
Ah.
Good.
Good.
Good. Hello, my fellow olds.
Olds. That's a good way to keep them here, Jenny.
Let's talk about things that the childrens are not gonna understand, like the dial-up tone.
See, I only just remember that though.
For a really long time, you know, in not at MTM, but at the Excel Centre in London, there's like a hotel across the grass from the convention centre.
Yes.
The Novotel, I think.
Yes.
So, like, from 2009 to about 2015, there was a cash machine in their lobby, which was dial-up.
Oh my
Cash
god.
machine. So you put your card in and it go skrrk,
Oh my god.
like chugging away to try and connect to your bank account. My hometown still has payphones, etc. until 2030. There are plenty of places in Britain that still have payphones.
Yeah, we got.
I mean, I
payphones
feel like
everywhere.
every town in Britain has a payphone in its town centre
Oh my god, what was it?
for some reason.
0800 reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, the stupid adverts, yeah.
And like you'd ring them, and you know it would be like, tell this person who you are, and then you'd have like a 5-second window. You'd be like, hi mum, it's me. Can you come get me? I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when it used to cost like a whole penny to text someone.
It was 5p per text.
Oh, I was on a good deal then because there's only 2p per text.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was like 20p a minute.
Yeah, and like if you
you were
if
fooling
I
someone.
needed to text somebody, like if I needed to text my mum and I was borrowing a friend's phone, I would literally hand them cash. Like I would
Yeah.
count out the coins that it costs to text somebody.
And then you go and get credit.
Yeah.
And then-
yeah, on like a fucking
It was on a receipt.
card and a
And
receipt.
it'd be like,
Yeah.
please enter the 14-digit number.
Yeah, the 14-digit number. Jesus Christ.
Don't be surprised that is actually still a thing.
Oh, I'm not surprised that that's still a thing. It's just not really so much a thing here anymore, right?
No, it is. There are loads of. I mean, you can ask Jazz about it as well, the shorties and whatever. Like when I worked in Vodafone, loads of people would go in for their top up. Loads of people. They would only use top up. They wouldn't have a contract.
Yeah, I mean I understand why. Like I get that. I mean like in parts of like so you know how you can text people money? Like that is a technology that is born out of Africa. Because like if you don't have infrastructure, then like internet banking, for example, like sending people money is really hard. So And also it can be dangerous to travel with large amounts of money, and that's true no matter where you are in the world, right? The advice is never have a large amount of cash on you. So what people in Africa were doing, and I'm saying Africa, the continent, because I can't remember specifically what nations. I don't want to choose, basically, but I feel like Kenya, Nigeria, right, like Western Africa, they were sending people top-up cards, right? Like, my son needs... I live in a different town to my son, and he needs some money to pay for his tuition, so I'm going to send on the bus, with the Wabenzi, I'm going to send on the bus, like, 300 pounds. Does Nigeria still use pounds? Probably not. I'm going to send them £300 worth of top-up cards in the lockbox on the bus, and then he's going to go to the bus depot and pick up the top-up cards. He's going to sell them and get 300 quid. And phone companies were like, oh shit, would you like just to be able to send each other money through your phone? And people in West Africa were like, yes, obviously.
Well, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Dang. Ooh.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, this was a good one. I was feeling a bit grim at the beginning of this week, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to have the energy to do this, but here we are. We did it. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, thank you very much for joining us, and particularly thank you to those of you who have very generously given us a big old dono. Ignis, Tomato Bread, Alex Evans, and Kiah Prior / Liam Stavridine. Thank you very much for your donations. It's very, very kind of you. I can't tell you how much of a difference it makes to us. Whoa, Miracle's here again.
What?
Miracle with $20. Happy holidays. I missed most of the stream up until now, so I'll rewatch, but I'm excited to see the shenanigans that we've gotten up to.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miracle. That's very kind of you. I literally was just about to say thank you, everybody who did a donation, a super chat. It makes a really big difference to us. A huge difference. It makes it we've got some goals to reach before we can really effectively do this full time as a company. Make as much High Hopes Royals content as we can, and every single donation is a very real world impact on us. I'm not even kidding. Like, Wizards has helped the people in this household afford Christmas this year.
Yeah, man.
We're not like in poverty, but also, we get to choose to have the slightly nicer brand of a thing.
Yes.
Instead of like the own brand.
Yeah.
You know how like Tesco has own brand and it has like the discount own brand. Yeah. You get to pick the own brand, not the discount own brand.
Yeah.
Anyway, happy candle nights, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy Christmas, happy holidays. We will be with you again. I'm just gonna go back to the calendar real quick. So we'll post Among Us 4 tomorrow, and we post Kadar FM 13 on Tuesday. We hope you're looking forward to those. And then we're off for Christmas, and we won't see you again until the 29th with another video. Have a good time without us. I hope you have a good, safe, socially distanced time. We will be back with another live stream on Saturday the 2nd, we think. Or we're sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
We're pretty sure we'll be back on Saturday the 2nd of January.
If not, we'll let you know plenty of time when we're coming back. Yeah.
Let us know if you'd like to see the finishing of this piece of artwork that Amy is doing. I'm just going to do a real quick bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to go. Follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/ShriekkingWizard, and you can check out our merch at shriekingwizard.redbubble.com and on our shop, shriekingwizard.com/redbubble. You can follow us on Instagram at the Shrieking Wizard Co and on Twitter at swizardco. and at the story of HHLR. You can follow us on Tumblr to hear what the characters from the show have to say for themselves. At highhopesforrolls.tumblr.com. I think it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And if we have a PO box, you can send us junk in the mail. Don't send us junk. Send us letters, stuff you would like us to see. If you send us stuff, then we will open it on camera, or I will open it on camera, and we'll make a video. We'll make a mail video. PO Box 5196, the Shrieking Wizard Co, Worthing, BN11 9BJ, United Kingdom. Those details, as well as all of the other stuff I've just said, it's all in the description, so you can find it. Thank you very much for watching, everybody.
Thanks, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah, we love you.
Love you loads. Stay safe, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Happy Crimbo.